the bottler of sunset hues and the whispers of doubt. The dream takes root. In the quiet village of Everbrook, nestled beside rolling green hills where sheep grazed like fluffy clouds, lived a young woman named Elara. Unlike the other villagers who found contentment in the rhythm of farming and the comforting familiarity of crafting, Elara harbored a dream as vibrant and elusive as the twilight sky. She yearned to capture the breathtaking colors of the sunset, those fleeting washes of fiery oranges, soft pinks that blushed across the horizon, and the deep, mysterious violets that painted the distant mountains, within the fragile embrace of glass bottles. Every evening, as the sky transformed into a masterpiece, Elara would steal away to the highest hill overlooking Everbrook. There, with the wind whispering secrets through the tall grass, she would hold her empty glass bottles, their delicate forms clinking softly in her woven basket, her young eyes wide with an almost reverent wonder. The sunset, for Elara, wasn't just a daily occurrence. It was a fleeting symphony of light and color that spoke directly to her soul, a silent promise of beauty worth preserving. The chorus of disbelief, and a glimmer of hope, when Elara, her voice filled with the earnestness of youth, shared her extraordinary dream. The villagers of Everbrook responded with a mixture of amusement and gentle concern. They chuckled amongst themselves in the marketplace and shook their heads with knowing smiles. "Capture the sunset, Elara?" they'd say, their voices laced with a kindness that couldn't quite mask their skepticism. "The colors are as fleeting as a summer breeze, child. They cannot be held, no more than you can hold water in your bare hands." Some whispered she was touched by the whimsy, lost in a world of fancy, while others, like the pragmatic baker, simply deemed it a foolish and impossible pursuit. Even her own family, their hearts filled with love, worried she was chasing a phantom. "Focus on more practical things, dear one," her mother would often advise, her brow furrowed with gentle worry as she mended clothes by the firelight. But amidst the chorus of doubt, an old woman named Mieve, her eyes as deep and knowing as ancient wells, sometimes offered Elara a quiet smile and a single enigmatic word: "Observe." The elusive nature of light and the first attempts. Night after night, with unwavering determination, Elara embarked on her quest. She would carefully cradle her bottles as the sunset painted its masterpiece across the vast canvas of the sky, her heart pounding with anticipation, hoping to finally trap those ephemeral hues within the glass. But each time, as the last sliver of sun dipped below the horizon and she rushed with trembling hands to seal the fragile vessels, the vibrant colors would inexplicably fade. The fiery oranges would dim to a dull amber, the soft pinks would vanish into a watery white, and the deep violets would dissolve into a murky gray. Disappointment, sharp and heavy, would settle in her heart like a stone. Yet, with the dawn of each new day, and the promise of another sunset, a fresh wave of hope would invariably rekindle her spirit. The very essence of the sunset, its fleeting, ever-changing nature, seemed an insurmountable barrier, a magical secret the sky refused to surrender. She tried different types of glass, various sealing methods, even whispering gentle pleas to the fading light, but all to no avail. The language of light, and a spark of ingenuity. One particularly poignant evening, after yet another failed attempt, Elara didn't rush down from the hill. Instead, she sat quietly amidst the whispering grass, her gaze fixed on the horizon where the last embers of the sun had just vanished. She observed with an intensity she hadn't possessed before, noticing the subtle shifts in color, the way the light danced and mingled just before disappearing. It was in that stillness that she had a profound realization. The colors were at their most intense not just as the sun touched the horizon, but in the precise moment before it fully surrendered to darkness. It was the sky's final, most passionate farewell. An idea bright and sudden as a shooting star sparked in her mind. She began to experiment. Remembering old Maeve's cryptic advice to observe, Elara spent her days studying the properties of light. She collected smooth, clear stones and discovered how they refracted sunlight, splitting it into its constituent colors. This led her to the idea of using polished crystal for her stoppers, believing its clarity might somehow hold the light better. She also devised a new sealing method, a swift, almost ritualistic motion, involving a heated wax and a precisely timed incantation, she whispered to the departing sun. The first whisper of success, and a test of skepticism. Days turned into weeks, and Elara continued her tireless efforts. Then, one breathtaking evening, as the sky blazed with an unparalleled intensity, it happened. In the precise moment the sun kissed the horizon, Elara executed her new sealing method, with a speed and precision born of countless attempts. This time, something felt different. As she held the bottle up to the fading light, the colors remained, not just a faint shimmer but the vibrant hues of the sunset, glowing with a soft internal luminescence. A gasp escaped her lips, a mixture of disbelief and pure unadulterated joy. Instead of rushing to share her success, Elara decided to test the most hardened skeptic in the village, the old pragmatic baker, Thomas. The next morning, with her precious bottled sunset carefully wrapped in a soft cloth, she approached his bakery, her heart pounding with a mixture of hope and trepidation. Thomas, wiping flour from his hands, raised a skeptical eyebrow as Elara unwrapped the bottle. As the light within the glass caught his eye, his jaw dropped in astonishment. For the first time, a flicker of belief replaced the usual doubt in his gaze. The light spreads and dreams ignite. Soon, the news of Elara's bottled sunsets spread through Everbrook like wildfire. The villagers, initially dismissive, now gathered around her in awe, their faces illuminated by the soft captured light. They marveled at her persistence, her unwavering belief in her dream, and the sheer beauty of her creations. Elara's bottled sunsets became more than just curiosities. They became symbols of hope and the power of perseverance. They adorned windowsills, illuminated pathways during twilight, and served as a constant reminder that even the most seemingly impossible dreams could be achieved with dedication, observation, and a touch of ingenuity. Elara's success didn't just bring wonder to Everbrook, it ignited a spark within the hearts of others. The young shepherd started carving intricate figures from wood, the quiet tailor began designing fantastical costumes, and even the pragmatic baker started experimenting with colorful new glazes for his bread. Elara, the girl who once chased a solitary dream amidst doubt, had unknowingly shown her village that everyone had their own unique sunset waiting to be captured, in their own special way. And in Everbrook, the whispers of doubt were slowly replaced by the quiet hum of dreams taking flight.
Thank you for listening. If you like our stories, please like and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.